We think they form if a crack propagates at just the right speed, about the speed someone would walk, and is following the changing stress field of Europa being squeezed as it orbits around Jupiter. And if there were no ocean down there, there wouldn't be enough of an amplitude of that motion to explain the cracking. But if there is an ocean, then it could explain the cracking.
All that tidal flexing pushes magma in the outer core up, closer to the seafloor. Water flowing through the crust above it is heated and it picks up minerals from the ground, ejecting them into the ocean. This creates hydrothermal vents. And where we find these on Earth, we also find life. Thousands of meters below the surface with no sunlight, these vents are oases for ocean life. The life forms down here rely on unique bacteria that feed on the minerals from the vents, rather than from the energy provided by the sun. How long are we thinking that Europa has had an ocean?
It could be 4 billion years. We don't know for sure.
That amount of time could give life the opportunity to evolve in those oceans.
Right, exactly right. Organisms can use methane, carbon dioxide, sulfur reactions. Any chemical reaction you can think of that might happen in the ocean can potentially be used as a fuel for that organism's metabolism. So we're not talking about searching for fishes or whales or squids or something down there, but looking for single-celled organisms.
We were so concerned there might be life on Europa that when the Galileo mission was ending in 2003, it was deliberately crashed into Jupiter to avoid the risk of contaminating Europa. But Clipper will not be able to drill through the kilometers-thick ice crust. So how are we going to find evidence for life beneath that thick surface? This is the Snotbot. It's a drone with petri dishes glued to the top, and it flies right through whale blows to collect whale snot right here on Earth. And zoologists can use the Snotbot to retrieve all sorts of info on a whale's biology. And it turns out we can do something very similar for celestial bodies too. We've actually captured images of water geysers shooting out of Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, housing a subsurface ocean. And the Hubble Space Telescope has picked up some evidence of what could be similar geyser eruptions on Europa. And the hope is that Clipper could fly through one of these plumes like the Snotbot and reveal their chemical composition using a mass spectrometer. But evidence for an ocean on Europa isn't conclusive. Enceladus seems like a stronger candidate. We have actual images of its plumes, and we've even flown through them. We are almost 100% certain there's a subsurface ocean there. If we have these plumes on Enceladus and there's clearly maybe a liquid ocean there, why does Europa have your attention more than Enceladus? Is there something that draws you?
We don't know how long it takes life to get going, but it's possible that Enceladus may have just kind of started up its engines, whereas Europa has more likely been well evolved over a long time.
Surprisingly, being bombarded by Jupiter's radiation actually makes Europa a better candidate. See, those high-speed particles hitting Europa's surface give water and carbon dioxide molecules enough energy to form new compounds, like formaldehyde or hydrogen peroxide. And these can serve as food for life beneath the surface, if they can get down that far.
And we have evidence of overturn of the icy shell at chaos zones where the icy crust seems to have collided and material has been shoved into the icy shell. So there may be ways for this fuel for life to get down into the icy shell and potentially to the ocean.